I am Shawnte, the host of Next Level Conversation. I want to encourage you to take a moment and check out the WinWinWomen.tv network. It is the world's only interactive free live streaming network exclusively for women by women. There are hundreds of shows on a variety of topics to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. And all are accessible on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Getting ready to start a great show.
I've been accepted. Arrive on the land with the message. Oh, that's a blessing. Citizenship in heaven. You want to see some progression? Carry your cross, no necklace. Gonna upset the world. Enemy want to eject us. See my complexion, God reflecting. What you expected? We got the energy, building integrity. Give me a second. I feel a wave coming on. Feel a wave coming on. They wanna know what we on. Never quit, we can go. Give me a second. I feel a wave coming on. Feel a wave coming on. They wanna know what we on.
I have always been fascinated by the Christian Ashley Rock Chick book series. These books are packed with stories of independent women who lived life to its fullest and didn't let fear hold them back from achieving their dreams. I am Shawnte, the host of Next Level Conversations, and together we explore the impact of trauma on our daily lives. In honor of our 1-year milestone, throughout the month, we are honoring small business owners and going behind the scenes to give you a peek into the entrepreneur's journey. The fascinating thing about this is the developed mindset and practical tips learned on the journey extend not just to business, but also can be used in our daily lives. It is so easy to get caught up in fantasy. But what happens when you take that fantasy and make it a reality? That is exactly what my guest tonight did. She had a vision, she created a plan, and took action to make that vision a reality. Tonight, she is here to talk with us about her journey and share some of the secrets on how you can create a success-focused mindset and turn your vision into reality. Marcia Bean, the brains behind Marcia's Beauty Corner, is not only an entrepreneur, but she is a wife, a mother, and a Mimi. Marcia is very involved in her church, along with several organizations that include serving people. She loves giving back and uses her business to do so. A Mary Kay beauty consultant since 2015 and becoming a star team builder only 1 year later, earning a career card and other company diamonds and perks. Marcia believes if you have a dream to get something done, plan the work and work the plan. And I'm honored to have her join us tonight to talk about how you can develop a success-focused mindset. Marcia, I am so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Shawnte.
So I want to say thank you so much for saying yes. I asked and you did not hesitate to say yes. So I appreciate you for coming to speak with my audience on tonight and share your journey as well as some tips that they can use to take their life from where they are to where they want to go. So I'm excited to dive in.
I'm excited.
Every hero's journey, and I've been hearing this over and over again. Every hero's journey starts with a story or an event. Can you tell us a little bit about the backstory that got you to where you are today?
Yes. So, being on a corporate job for almost 15 years, and a layoff happened, right? So it wasn't that I didn't think I would get another job. It was just that salary is what I was going to miss. And so I needed something that was going to supplement my income during that time. I had a daughter in sports, and so I needed the flexibility. So as I could not go punch in one place and punch in somewhere else, secondary, I needed some flexibility. So I was introduced to the business side of the company that I represent. And it was a no-brainer from there. It was a no-brainer. I was already utilizing the products, in love with the products. So it was kind of a no-brainer. And I just said, you know what, if I'm going to do it, I need to do it now. And I began to just, process it. And I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all in, right? All in. The unknown of the business side, but I knew that the company that I'm representing was, absolutely amazing, and the products sell itself.
So what made you? And I know you're going to extend the story out and kind of talk us through it a little bit. So I'm gonna ask you just some questions in between. What you said it was a no-brainer. What was the no-brainer? What made you choose? Can I say Mary Kay? Well, I
Yeah,
say Mary Kay
you
because Mary Kay
can.
is sitting right here on the back of the Mary Kay. What made you choose Mary Kay?
I said yes because it does allow you to have flexibility. I can work when I want to work. I can work at a part-time, a little time, full time if I wanted to. So it allowed me that flexibility. So for me to mold that business into what, I'm basically creating it.
Had you ever given thought to before you started it, before you started as a consultant and your own business of Mary Kay, had you given thought to becoming an entrepreneur before?
I want to say a time or two, but it was always the ground level work
What
that
do you mean?
for whatever reason, I was like, oh, that's going to take a lot. It takes a lot. Or do I have the resources for this and that? However, because when people think of being an entrepreneur, they do think of it being something that you build from the ground up.
And you think about the startup costs, you have to come up with the idea and the product and all that stuff, but you did not.
Yeah, I mean, Mary Kay has been around for literally 60 years. So who wouldn't say no? And at the time, I want to say that was what 2015. It was 8 years ago. So they had some basically, look, no pun intended, skin in the game, right? But yeah, I just knew it was a reputable company. The what I would be representing was quality, and it allowed me to also be the outgoing person that I am, building relationships. That is how we met. Oh my God. So yeah, that no new friends mantra is dead to me, because bring me all the friends, right?
Have you always been in sales? Is that something that you were not in sales?
No, and actually I was like, I said no, just thinking about it, right? Like selling, no. I'll support all day long, but sales, no way. I actually said that.
So what got you to your yes?
Oh my goodness, because honestly, this is a sharing business. This is a sharing business. So I have a product that I'm sharing with you. You like it, you love it. It may result into a sale, but all I'm doing is sharing it with you. Is that simple?
Okay. But that's still sales though.
It is, but going back to that mindset.
Okay.
For me, it's like, this is a sharing business.
Okay.
The more I share, the more the possibility that I have to earn.
So you took yourself out of, I really love that.
Mhm.
You took yourself out of the sales mentality and placed yourself into the sharing mentality.
Yes.
And so the pressure of being a salesperson was taken off of you. I like that.
Yes, exactly.
I like that. So tip number one, okay? Really, okay, go ahead, finish your story, girl. Finish your story.
No, but really, and I was gonna say, Mary Kay is given to an entrepreneur like myself, or anyone that is looking to not knowing what they want to do or wanting to get into a business. It's served on a silver platter, literally. Everything is built for you. You sign up, you get a website right away. It is.
But do you have to create your website, or do they create your website?
They create it for you.
You're saying all the things that a normal entrepreneur has to deal with, all the back end stuff, the details of the back end, starting your business, you didn't have to deal with any of that.
It's basically like you're investing in yourself in a business package that is customized for you. to hit the ground running.
Okay. But you still have to get out there, and
You
you
do.
still had to invest. You had to invest your time. You had to do different things. What did that look like?
So, just once I learned, what was needed, and of course, anybody that is you go to you go to a department store, right?
Uh-huh.
You're going for a certain thing. If they only have one or two things on the shelf, you're like, oh, you know, or maybe that item is gone. Well, I knew that if when selling something, say for instance, I shared something with you and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to have this. Let me get that now. And I'm like, oh wait. So I knew right away the importance of having inventory on hand to
Okay.
service my customers, but it does not have to be that way because we have an awesome company that you can place your order and have it shipped to your customer or even to yourself directly from our warehouse.
How complicated was it for you learning all of the ins and outs of Mary Kay?
You know what? It was really easy. They literally have a hub, an information hub that we utilize that has everything I needed to know, even if I did not have a director at the time. You come in, you are in business for yourself, but never by yourself.
Oh, I like that.
Never by yourself at all.
You're in business for yourself, but never by yourself.
Never by yourself.
Was there ever a point while you, since you started your business, that you actually felt not so much that you were by yourself with Mary Kay, but by yourself in the entrepreneur space of your life? Did you ever feel that alone space?
Only when I wasn't working. Working my business when I wasn't sharing. Okay. So it's like when I feel that way, hey, I need to share. I need to share. I need to share. Okay. So again, put that sales tag away or hat away and put on your sharing hat.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really like that because, as an entrepreneur, and everybody has a sales department, and I'm my sales department, and I don't do good with sales.
I know.
But I really like that mindset. Take away thinking about sales and think more about sharing. That really, if nobody else gets anything else out of this interview, I have gotten something.
Well, I'm so glad.
So you got in and you just hit the ground running.
I did. And so I was just like, hey, this is easy. First party, literally, and it was an impromptu party. I went home to my hometown, which is New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans. And I got some friends, some church members together, like, hey, I'm coming over, I'm fixing the refreshments. I got something to share with y'all, right? And so, 500 plus sales.
Really?
In just a matter of a couple of hours, enjoying time with family and friends. And that's another thing that I do love about this business. Like even, from classmates to people that you've connected with, old coworkers long time ago, or whatever, I have something to offer. Not that I'm not great in offering myself alone, but I feel like I have something to offer.
That's good.
And so I'm very passionate about my business. It's work. If you really, really want to, get to that ultimate goal that you set for yourself, no matter what that is, no matter what it is, and it could be on a small level, it could be on a larger level, but you do have to put in some work, and meaning dedicating time to sharing, to following up with customers, and there are not a lot of times you may not feel like doing it, but my business gives me the energy. And my VIP group is my Marcias Momentum VIP, because they keep me motivated, and I got to keep that momentum to keep it going, because that's the only way my business is going to thrive.
So and let's talk about that, because I think you said you advanced to what was it?
Star Team Builder.
A Star Team Builder. What exactly is that?
So that is me sharing the opportunity with someone, and
Okay.
them saying yes as well.
Okay.
And so at that level, you have 3 people that have said yes and that have invested in their business, and they are entrusting you to lead them to great heights within the business.
So now you've been in the business, and now you have people under you. So now you're a team leader. What can I ask you? What did you do before you were in corporate America? What did you do in corporate America?
Mortgages.
Okay. What didn't you know about being a team leader that you had to learn once you became this team leader or this owner of these small businesses under you?
True. Well, I was in management during my corporate career, in which I am I'm back at. I wish I was doing Mary Kay full time, and one day it's coming. It is coming.
Plan to
But
work.
yes, yes. But I am still in corporate once again. But I was in management over the years as well. So that helped me thrive, because I'm a leader is as far as success goes, you're as successful as the team that you have.
Okay.
And so that means pouring into that team, helping them to grow, helping them to get to where, different levels, whether it was in corporate, a different higher department or a higher position. And even the same with Mary Kay. We have a career ladder within this business. Oh
Okay.
yes. So
got it all for you, just laid out
yes,
there.
you have no idea. You have no idea.
And it's interesting because everybody's journey is different.
Yes.
The startup, we had a business owner, Marcia Braids, here on the last episode, and she was talking to us about the start of her business. I think about next level and what the things that we've had to go through. Everybody's journey is different, and it's so interesting. I've never heard about this side of the business of Mary Kay, because all I said, I just see Mary Kay consultants. I've never heard or talked with anybody on this side and listened to their journey. Now, let me ask you this: how has being the star team leader change? How did that change you as you continue to go higher?
Oh, it lit a fire.
It is.
It lit a fire, because now there are people like, okay, what do we do? What do we do next? Because again, we're not in business by ourselves, right? So what do we do next, to get to the next level? And so
y'all heard that, next level.
Next level. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so it is it's togetherness, and it's helping others, and which I am passionate about. I'm a giver at heart. I'm a giver at heart. Oh my gosh. And so when I can't give, like it's Mother's, like I'm in a mood.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, wait a minute. Even for my daughter, I go in and I have to, because it's like we're, she's coming in from school or work later, or I'm, we're different hours or what have you, but I have to go in and we have to pour, we have to, affirm each other. And that is actually what takes place. And just, you never know where people are in their this journey called life. And so you always want to be uplifted.
I wish that I wasn't cold. I wish we weren't enemies. And if we ain't really ops, I wish we weren't frenemies. I thought about the enemy, pistol cocked, ending me. Looking up, talk to God, please, would you just intervene? And I know that he's hearing me, but I don't think he's feeling me, no.
That was one of those aha moments, because it was then that I realized the purpose that God had me going through what I was going through.
How did you keep your team motivated, especially when every share does not turn into a sale? How did you keep your team motivated through low times?
Just going to the next, and going to the next. So the no's are next opportunity.
Oh.
next opportunity. So you have another opportunity to share with somebody else. It just means, but that just means that you have to keep going. And it's easier said than done. Believe me, it is. But they helped to fuel me to get to different levels, and just being a part of somebody else's journey.
Yeah.
Because it's often said you never know whose dream is attached to yours. Are you doing what you're called to do, or what you're in position to do? And so that's huge.
Yes,
It's
I
huge.
really like that.
And although obstacles happen, you may have setbacks, that is still something that I don't take lightly.
Yeah. You never know whose dreams are tied to yours.
Yes.
I really like that. That is something very deep and very, I mean, like that mantle, that places a very heavy mantle on you. How do you handle that mantle, the weight of that?
Well, I got to think about it because it's like I may not always be at my best. I have not always been at my best, So just trying to keep that just saying that to myself, just affirming myself, getting me back to that place where, you know what, you got people watching you. You have people, you need to get it together. Get it together.
Do you have those pep talks with yourself?
Oh, I have therapy sessions with myself, to be exact. Probably on the hour of each and every day. But yeah, it's just, just trying to keeping the faith, keeping hope alive. That, you know what, I may have had a setback or two in different things, but I got this. Just keep going. Keep going.
So when you do come up against, or I'm just going to ask you this question right here. What has been one of the most challenging things that you've had to face being in this business?
Probably the setbacks, or reaching a certain level and not completely being able to maintain it.
Okay, let's talk about that. And they're probably going to ask some questions. I do want to let my audience know that at any time you can drop questions into our chats. We are monitoring all of the chats, and so Marcia will be here to answer any questions that you may have as we continue to talk. So drop some questions that you may have, and I'll get her to answer them here in a few minutes. But right now, we're going to talk about setbacks. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, life happens, and life happens, right? And so not using it as an excuse, but there's sometimes, some blows are harder than others, right? Where with someone else, they may be able to get the punch and keep it going. But and there are times where it doesn't. And so I got to a level of directorship, and some things happened, and I had to say, I need to take a step back. So still the goal, just gotta go through the process again. Loved the journey. I learned so much. And then, it's just an extra, I don't know, Mary Kay is kind of the cake layer, the icing, the cake layer, the icing. So that was the icing level, for me. And it afforded me a lot of things. You mentioned my career card that I earned. First of all, I never even thought that I said no. I was like, sales? Never. No, I won't do it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, just trying to think about it myself, and making that decision to just go in, because I looked at it as a sharing business versus the sales. Earn a career card. So not only did I ever think I would be a beauty consultant, but never did I think I would reach director level or earn a company card, because it is earned. You work for it. Believe you me, you work for it. But I did it. So it's like after that, I was like, I really can't do anything.
Anything.
I just have to get some things in order so I can truly and wholeheartedly like just go for it. Just be focused.
Mm-hmm.
I've earned I got my pretty little diamond ring on. I mean, the perks are endless and it is all up to you. It's up to you. So I just, just recultivating my journey. I'm resetting and I am reclaiming
Okay.
and restoring.
So okay, so you have your setback, and because you're right, setbacks come all the time. And I mean sometimes they can knock you so far down. And then all that negativity starts playing around in your head, and you have
Yes.
to walk yourself completely out of it. How has your setbacks, not just in Mary Kay or just with this, how have they helped to strengthen you in the other areas of your life?
Because if I did it here, first of all, I could do it again.
Yeah.
And if I did it here, I can do it where the priority is, right?
Uh-huh.
I can do it. And it's just like I didn't get tired working for this. I can't get tired working on the other things too. So that personal and the business goal, they kind of overlap each other in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping that the forefront and just praying about everything.
Yeah.
Every step, just praying about it and just keeping myself motivated.
How do you keep yourself motivated? How do you personally keep yourself motivated?
Those therapy sessions I talked about, and they are with the Lord. And then just me talking to myself, of course. But I have a sisterhood of friends as well as the sisterhood that is within the business. Mentors. This business comes with mentors. Like you
Really?
get that. And the greatest, I mean, the most successful person even has a mentor, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
We
you
all
get
need
mentors,
somebody.
you get someone to help direct you, along to where you want to go. You have to, of course, know already, what your goals are, how far you want to go. It could be big, it could be little, but as long as they know, they're able to help to guide you to where you want to be.
How do you set your goals for yourself? And not just in your business, but in your life. How do you set and prioritize your goals for yourself?
It starts with just basically what's at hand, or what's needed at the time, right? What's needed. The want is at the bottom because what's
Okay.
needed kind of goes into the wants a little bit, but or the needs a little bit. But just kind of knowing what it takes, knowing what setting the goal, knowing what it's going to take time wise, financially, what have you, and then just beginning to work towards it. And just setting boundaries on spending, setting boundaries on time, the time that you kind of waste, I'll say.
Well, let's talk about those, because those are the two of really big things that are necessary in entrepreneurship, and setting boundaries, and money management and time management. How do you set your money management boundaries?
Just ensuring that whatever, so for example, if I have set a personal goal through my business, or say for example, if I say my sales for the next quarter, or the next 3 months are going specifically to, let's say, a vacation that I desperately need, then that's what it's going to do.
Okay.
And attempting to not dip into it, not, just making sure, having somebody to keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Having the spouse, look, not saying, no, just go ahead, babe. No, I don't need that right now. This is the goal. This is the goal. Keep us on track. So just kind of having somebody to keep you accountable and you working towards, making sure that you stick to the plan.
Did you have to learn money management skills when you became an entrepreneur, or do you think you were already pretty disciplined in that area?
I was, and then it was like, oh, you may get cash,
Yeah.
you may get a card transaction, but the cash goes easily in your pocket. And then as soon as, one of the kids like, hey, Ma, you got $20? Yeah, there you go, taking something out the bank that didn't get deposited yet, right? So, yeah, that's kind of like, okay, wait a minute, I need to set
little
some
bit
things
more
first.
discipline.
Exactly,
That's good.
exactly.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, if you don't mind, we're gonna open it up just a little bit to the audience and let them ask a few more questions. It's gonna dig a little bit more into your journey.
All right.
And I thank you so. Let me just thank you again, once again, for
Thank
coming and sitting and talking with
It
me
is
and my audience.
absolutely my
You're so
pleasure.
pretty.
You.
It's just about family here. I was a Division I athlete, stopped playing basketball, and it's been really nice to come back here because I pushed myself in ways here that I wouldn't on my own. Getting my inner athlete back.
I was a little nervous, but I thought I'm just gonna go and see how it is. But it was so much fun, it was so intense. Coach Kev is so great. If I'm feeling like, oh man, I don't even feel like working out today or something, if I called him, he would like, get your butt to the gym. It makes a difference when you have that kind of support system.
I greet them with a smile, I greet them with a hug, and tell them, hey, we on this journey together. And that's the biggest thing. They know that I'm there with them on that journey.
Our audience questions, and please feel free to drop any questions that you may have. What are the biggest challenges you faced as a small business owner?
Let's see. Especially working a full-time job, setting the time aside that I am going to work my business.
How do you do
Setting
that?
that time. So, if I work from 9 to 6, then I'm set up. I'm got to put in commute time. I'm not working from home anymore. So, just kind of setting that aside. So, say for instance, if I'm making calls from 7 to 8:30, that's what I need to be doing. That's what I'm doing. And making calls, I'm checking in with customers. And it could be text or what have you, but just making sure that something within the business is being handled. I'm
Okay.
working the business.
Okay. Well, that leads me into this next question. How do you balance your personal life with the demands of running a business?
Oh, well, that is really easy with Mary Kay. Let me just tell you.
Really?
Yes, because it's I can take my business wherever I go. I
That is
can
true.
literally just have my phone. That's it. I can just have my phone. And we have our phones everywhere, right? I can get online to where I need to go. We have apps. I'm telling you, it is a business package deal of a lifetime.
So what about and this is one of their questions, but I'm just to ask this question. Y'all just give me a second. What about your marketing, social media, and all of that stuff? Do they assist you with that? How do you come up with all of those plans, and how often do you do that? How often do you market?
Honestly, it is set up. They do have tools in place that you can utilize. Absolutely do. I am a creative, let's see, what do I want to call myself? Perfecter in a
A
sense.
creator, perfecter?
I don't know. But, I see something and I get a vision or I get a thought in my head and I'm running with it.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, if I haven't seen that anywhere, I'm going for it. So it's like I have to, it's kind of a blessing and a curse in a sense. But I love being able to be creative with it. But they absolutely have a social media details that you can pull from and
Really?
post on.
So they've
I
taken
mean,
all the detail work, the guess you just have to
I just
be
choose
be present.
to kind of do my own thing sometimes, not all the time,
Mhm.
but sometimes, especially if I have a really, I'm like, okay, I gotta show this. Like this is good. This is good. Marketing is actually been in my blood.
Really?
I haven't pursued it professionally, but I have to pat myself on the back. Like,
Really
yeah.
interested.
Mhm.
And you know what? I really love it. I can literally see the passion that you have for what you do. It's like just all over you, and it's coming out with every word you say, and you smile, you light up every time you talk about it. I think that's, I mean, that says a lot.
Mhm.
That
I
says a
love it.
lot. I love it. Okay. What are some of your daily habits for connecting with your team?
Ooh, maybe morning check-ins. We have our own Facebook group that I may drop some things in, some just little nuggets or ideas.
Mhm.
So just kind of keeping that connection going
You do that every day?
within as often as needed. And it just depends on what they are, because I'm not here to take over.
Mhm.
We are independent beauty consultants. So
Mhm.
everybody runs their business their way. However, so for example, if there's someone, oh, I got, whatever, or they'll just reach out to me for the things that they need.
Uh-huh.
So it just depends. So I'll just put things out there just in case, or it's something that they can utilize or want to utilize.
Here's a just
But
in case.
just in case. But yeah, aside of that, just kind of doing a little weekly huddle or meetings. I would hold our Monday night live with my Magnificent Marvel team, and oh yeah,
No means next opportunity. And now we have the magnificent, marvelous team.
the Marvel team.
Magnificent Marvel team.
Yes.
I love the way you describe them with such positive words, with so much life and so
Mhm.
much energy. How do you handle, how do you keep from being controlling and handle when you see a team member just not living and doing and
Getting off their game.
up to their full potential?
Well, sometimes that team member is me. Sometimes. But just especially if I know what their goal, if they have set their goals and I'm aware of that goal, I'm checking in just to help keep them motivated, like, hey, okay, you said you're going to Disney? Okay, well, how many days? You got 30 days left, how much spending money you say you wanted to have? So just things like that, just just continuing to keep them motivated, but not controlling. But
Do you ever feel, have you ever feel like, do you ever feel um like I'm having to just herd just way too many folks? Like this is just and herd may not be the right word, but it's just the word that just came out of my mouth. When when it's sitting on you and you tingle, you like, man, everybody ain't, I feel like I'm having to carry more of the weight.
oh, hoo, hoo, hoo.
How do you
Keyword.
how do you handle, do you ever feel that way? And if so, how do you handle those
I
emotions?
have, but guess what? I'm independent as well. So I'm working, I just continue to do what I do. I just continue to work my business. And because we are all independent, and we are each other's accountability partner, even them for me and me for them. But it's really it can be a weight if you think about it that way, but you just have the conversation, hey, you said this is what you wanted, last month. If that's still the case, I'm just, wanting to see where you need me, where you need me. So just kind of just staying available to them.
I like that.
So when they're ready to jump back in, because I can't control it. I can only control me.
I like that.
Yeah.
How have you had to change or level up your communication skills?
Oh, by not waiting until, after dinner. That that means that the wind down is real. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh. And the energy level drops a little bit, right?
Okay.
So I have to do it while I'm, in full gear. I have to do it when I'm in full gear. So before dinner and before sitting in bed or laying in bed, right? But you know what? A sale will make you hop out of bed at any time. Like, oh, wait, what's
something. Think
a website order? But yeah, so that does help keep the momentum going.
How do you get yourself into the creative mode, especially after working a regular job?
Ooh, creativity does fuel me though.
Yeah.
It does. Like I have girlfriends that we have been on after midnight. Because I am a night. Well, you know what? I used to be a night owl. But that age is catching up with me. But yeah, we would be up hours just kind of strategizing and trying to come up with some different things, this eye-catching things different, because I want to, and everyone should, you want your business to stand out.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. You want to stand out a little bit because there are hundreds of thousands of consultants doing the same thing, started the same way you did, same opportunity, right? They just, did extra, or they did, you know what I'm saying? So it is just, keeping it going, keeping it fresh. And yeah, and this interview, let me just say, is reigniting my fire
Yes.
to a whole nother level.
When speaking of creative, because you said you are a creative, how do you maintain your creativity? And I'm gonna say this because Wes, our videographer, said something once to me when I was interviewing him. He said there's something happens when one creative connects with another creative. How do you maintain that creative energy and just keep it flowing?
Ooh, just and it's not just in business, it's like
Everywhere.
everything. It's like, oh wait a minute, okay, let me put that on the side. But just I guess continuing to, I guess, indulge in your passion. And I'm passionate for my business. I'm passionate for my family. I'm passionate, just things that we can do, even if it's that, coming up with a new game to play at Christmas, whatever it is, just something different, something creative, and always putting a little fun or keeping it fun.
You keep it,
because that's the key too. Keep it fun.
That's the key. Keep it fun.
Keep it fun.
How do you build trust with your team?
Oh, that is a good question.
They ask some really good questions.
They do. Thank y'all. I feel that I have, and I am a very trustworthy person. I don't come off, I'm not pushy, I'm not micromanaging, I'm not, like, we are all adults. But just building trust as in, especially if someone comes to me with something in confidence, like it stays here. It stays here. And just I guess just continuing to keep that communication line open and let them know, just set the expectations. That's what I was digging for. Setting the expectation of, of what I'm, hey, we're independent, but you set your expectations of me. And then here's what I ask. I just ask, and all I'm asking is for communication. Communication, keep it open. So that way I don't know that you ghost them, instead of saying, yes, I want this, and this. And then I'm texting and then I don't get any responses. Like, well,
have you ever been ghosted in
business?
Yes,
and yes. Like, well, what happened? Like you found me. Because there are times where, there are strangers that may sign up at, wanting this opportunity on my website. Never met them. I've had probably 5 or 6 over the course of my 8 years. And never knew them before. Getting the email saying you have a new team member. I'm like, what? That is, let me just tell you, and beauty consultants that's watching, y'all know, there's nothing like getting an email saying you have a new team member and that you have earned commission.
Oh.
Yes, but yeah, so they find me, I connect right away. We have a conversation or attempt to have the conversation. Sometimes, yeah, there may be a few that it's like, well, what happened? They find me, but not often. Usually, we connect at some point.
Does with the few times that you've been ghosted, how has that made you feel? Like, have you had to rebound from it, or do you just keep it going? Don't you give it?
Well, I first give people grace because things happen every day. Life happens, right? So it could be, you just never know. You never know. Could be that someone lost their cell phone. It could be that somebody, unfortunately had something happen in their family or, something to that effect where what they signed up for isn't a priority anymore or at this moment. So just giving people grace and, just still keeping a connection after a certain amount of time. But yeah, that's kind of how I handle it.
How do you measure success? Well, this is actually pretty easy for you, I think. How do you measure success for your business?
Not, I don't want to say not expecting much, but just working towards like setting it a little bit higher than I feel like I may achieve, just to get to it or exceed it.
Okay.
And then I'm really excited.
and you knew, like, you can see success points with the Mary Kay. You got your ring and you have your company card. Like those are successful. But was there ever a point when you were like, you know what? Let's set the material things aside. I'm actually really successful at this.
Mm-hmm. I say that with each time that I meet a new person, I met a success point.
Love that.
Each time that I meet a new person that I introduce myself, share myself and my business with another person, that's a success point for me. Yeah.
Love that. Did Mary Kay teach you already?
Not that one. That was mine. That was mine. They have a lot of nuggets that we have gotten through being in Mary Kay, but that was mine.
I love that's phenomenal. I love the way that shows your value for people and how you really value the relationships. How significant are the relationships that you have created?
My goodness. Like I'm invited to baby showers of their grandkids or a part of their anniversaries or their birthday celebrations. Like I become a friend. Almost. And I absolutely love meeting new people. And you just never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
You never know. And I may and it was funny because was this in, I want to say, a vacation that my husband and I took, and we were talking, met a couple, and we were having dinner, and they mentioned something, and so I shared, and they were like, "Hey, by chance, do you know?" And I'm like, "I do know that name," and it was someone in the business that I'm like, "Oh my gosh," So being able to even converse with some of our top leaders in the company about them and how they've impacted, or maybe I heard a speech or whatever, just kind of, it being kind of a universal thing. I don't know.
That's really, you know what? You ain't making me want to be a Mary Kay consultant, but I gotta get 100%. Here's the problem. How do you incorporate technology into your daily business? You're on their phone all the time.
It's already there pretty much. It's already there. The our hub, I'll say our Miracle Hub
Okay.
Everything is already there within the site.
Do you
And
call it
then
the Miracle Hub or
that's me. I'm like,
and I love all of these very positive names that you were coming up with. I think that's amazing.
but you know what? I think it's well for me because I'm a self-starter. So
Okay.
I literally like out the gate had no clue. I was like, oh well, is that what I need? Okay, I'm doing it, And sometimes it is good to go in just all in.
Yeah.
Like no sticking the toe, just diving right on in. And that is what I did. And
So what
I
did
have no
dive right on
regrets.
in look
I have
like?
no regrets. I had full inventory, like out the gate. And it took me a while because I was like, I was making money. I'm like, oh, that's how this goes. So again, sharing, let me share. But it was just the especially and yeah, especially when, you run into someone and they're like, I've been looking for a consultant. I'm like, well, look no more, type of thing. Don't. But yeah, it's really um not funny, but it seems like almost unreal
Yeah.
because of what I know the business and how many independent beauty consultants there are that represent, and they are all over the world.
Yeah, but
Did I say the word?
believe you did. I believe that I believe this with every ounce of my being, that your people are meant for only you. I mean, you can have 100 people, you can have millions of people all over the world doing the same thing, but the people that have been designated for you are for you, and they're not going to receive anybody else until you walk in. And everybody be done said the same thing,
I like that.
but it's you. It's you.
You
There
know?
is something about you, and that connection just connects. Everybody is not your people. And so I believe that. And so when you sit here and you say, I know how many people it is, and they say, they haven't been looking for them, they've been looking for you.
Oh,
They've been
say that
looking for you.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what God tells me all the
No,
time. They're
but yeah.
waiting on you.
Wow.
And that's the reason why every opportunity, this question was about technology, every opportunity that you have to use technology, use it because your people are looking for you.
I
I love it.
received that.
I love
And
it.
I'm looking for y'all too.
How do you stay on top of new technology and trends in your industry?
Oh, so just me talking about this right now, I'm gonna go home and scroll Facebook and every single thing for organizing your business or whatever is probably gonna be on my timeline, right?
So they listen. They listen.
But you know what? Sometimes it works. So there are so many. I mean, business investments that I've made in some of those different things just to stay ahead of the game because, I'm full time. I'm not a techie, so I'm not always looking for the next best, or what's out now. That's not me. It has to literally come on my timeline like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let me look a little more into that. So kind of just making small investments in learning different things to help my business is what I kind of do.
Okay. Okay. We have time for just probably just two more questions.
Okay.
To what do you owe your success?
Mm. In the famous words of Snoop Dogg, I want to thank me. An opportunity that I had no idea about. Like I used the my products as a team. My mom's friend sold it and I had acne, so she had me on the acne system at the time. And I knew of the pink Cadillacs that float around, but I was like, oh, that must be corporate employees. Like literally had no clue. No clue. But to have an opportunity literally served on a silver platter that I could say yes to by a woman that wanted to take women to the next level and to new heights in her era, to have a sustainable, like uninterrupted business for 60 years says a lot. It says a lot. And we are also the #1 direct selling beauty and cosmetic brand in the world. So, and that came about just last year. I've been a part of it 8 years, but I thought they were always #1 in my book. But just saying yes to something that I was thinking no because it was sales, right?
I love it.
But just kind of I was like, okay, if it has to be something, it has to be something that, and this is the closest thing that I got. So I'm gonna, and I'm a little bit of a risk taker.
Okay.
At least I'll try something out.
Okay.
I'll try it out. If I absolutely hate it, it won't go any further. So when people ask me, are you, how's business? It was great. Because I'm still going. If it was something that I just absolutely, I wouldn't. No.
Do you feel like this is your calling?
You know what? I'll say yes to that. I'll say yes to that. Not knowing, but it is actually a ministry as well.
Yeah.
And I love giving back. It's a ministry. I mean, literally, I had a team member a while back doing a vendor event, and there were literally ladies coming up and like just spilling their life story in 5 and 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh, well, giving an encouraging word, of course. And so and so let me pamper you, because you know what? That's one thing that I also love about this business. Like, I have something to offer. Like, I can offer you something, and you have no obligation to purchase anything. Is us spending time, me getting to know you, and you taking out time for yourself. And that's what I love. But the young lady, she walked around the table, and I was like, oh, did you drop something? She said, no, I was just trying to see what sign you had. It was a therapy session, 10 cents on like the peanuts or what? She was like, this is the third person that has come to you and just started talking. But I keep a welcoming spirit, because I want people, I treat people the way that I want to be treated. Greet me with a smile,
and you have one every single time I see you.
Thank you. But I am, everybody has, their thing, but you have to, my smile is for me and for somebody else. It's for somebody else, because it's so much going on.
It is.
That, frowns, I'm like, and even if I see somebody frowning, I'll do something like, have a good day, or, I wanted something, because you just never know. You just never know.
Unfortunately, we are out of time. For you, real quick, and again, I just cannot thank you enough. I have really, really, really just enjoyed this, simply because I have enjoyed your passion.
Thank you.
I feel inspired just from your passion of how much you love what it is that you do. That is,
thank you.
Will you tell our audience real quickly how they can connect with you, connect with Mary Kay, and tell them how they can get with you?
Absolutely. My website is Marcia. Look at me, that's my email. Oh Lord. It's marykay.com/mbean1218. I will post the links. A lot of you know me. We will connect. But I am very passionate about my business. I am passionate about women, and even men. We have men's skincare, y'all. Taking time out for themselves, just to wind down from the hustle and bustle. But if you do not already have a beauty consultant, I would love to be of service to you. But if you have one, you make sure, and even if you haven't spoken to them or heard from them in a while, connect with them, reach out to them, because they may also have life going on too. But reach out, let them know if you're in need of anything, that they that you would love them to continue to service them. But if you do not already have one, I'm your girl.
That's what I'm talking about. Real quick, I want you to take 30 seconds, because I have to close the show out. And I want you to talk to a new entrepreneur, somebody who's thinking about or even has started their entrepreneur journey, what has God put on your heart to say to them on tonight?
Get started. Get started. I actually brought a sign, but it says, get started. That's how you just making that first step. Believe in yourself. I didn't think of this being an opportunity for me, but look at me now. And look how fulfilled as Shawnte said, I feel fulfilled through my business. So just find something. If it's not this business, if it's not something else, just find something that fulfills you and gives you joy each and every day.
Thank you so much. Marcia, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us. I appreciate you. The one thing that I have realized about life is you have to choose to put the book down and take a risk. Life is full of ups and downs and plenty of uncertainties. Entrepreneurship is like being a parent. The only thing you can do is show up every day, love that child, and pour into them what God has poured into you. So whether you're standing on the edge trying to decide to jump in, already in with both feet, or soaring high, the one thing I would say, this is a journey worth taking. Next week, join me and my guest, Tanisha Lott, the CEO and owner of Lucy Lou's Miracle Drops, as we talk about how to create a vision that defies limitation. And if you aren't following us already on social media, go and do so. And you can also catch up on all of season 1. Until next time, I am Shawnte, your host, and I want to thank you for joining us.